What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. Phase 2 of Season of Discovery is right around the corner, probably 2 or 3 weeks away at this point, so I decided to dive into each class and start checking out some pre-raid best-in-slot gear so I can help you guys out. This guide is going to be for Horde and Alliance. If one of the items that I am suggesting is faction-specific, I will let you guys know and give you an alternative. Now, also keep in mind, we don't have much information on Phase 2 as of yet, so we don't know new craftable items via professions or anything like that. So this guide is based on what's already in the game. So keep in mind that some of these items are subject to change, and as we get information, I will come back to these videos and pin changes to the top of the comments. And for today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the Rogue. So without further ado, guys, let's dive in. Okay, so for our Rogue, for our headpiece here, we have the Artemis Cowl, which drops off Lady Service. This is your leather best-in-slot piece right now in Phase 1, and it's going to be your pre-raid best-in-slot headpiece going into P2. So if you are a rogue, make sure you farm up this headpiece. If you don't have this one, the Twilight Slayer's Cowl, which is part of the set from Black Fathom Deeps, is going to be a close second. And then third on the list here, we have the tailoring item, the White Bandit Mask. 11 agility, 11 strength is going to be pretty big as well. Moving on to our neck piece, the Scout's Medallion, which requires you to be honored with your Warsong reputation, is going to give you 11 agility and 7 stamina. This neck piece is going to be massive and might even be BIS going through the entire phase. But as of right now, it is going to be your pre-raid best-in-slot neck piece to get into the next raid. For our shoulders, we have the Failed Flying Experiment shoulders that are going to give you 10 strength and 10 agility. These shoulders are obtained by completing the escort quest in Feralis for both Horde and Alliance. Moving on down to our cape, we have the Dark Hooded Cape, which is a BOE cape that drops off Nimar the Slayer in Arathi Highlands. It has a 7% chance to drop and would most definitely be your pre-raid best-in-slot cape going into this next phase, but the Dark Hooded Cape might be pretty expensive on the auction house, so if you can't farm it yourself and you cannot afford it, a close second would be the Hawk Eyes Cloak, giving you 7 agility and 3 strength, which is a world drop that you might be able to pick up on the auction house for not that much. And then under that, we have the Parachute Cloak, which is an engineering cloak. You need 225 engineering, and I'm assuming we're going to be allowed to level engineering to 225. If we're not, then completely ignore this. We don't know as of right now, but the Dark Hooded Cape or the Hawk Eyes Cloak would be really good here also. And then let's not forget there's going to be a new Sergeant's Cloak available to us. This might be even better. Moving on down to our chest piece, we have the Blaze Wind Breastplate for Alliance. This is going to give you 23 agility, 5 stamina, 3 strength, and this is obtained by completing a Badlands quest, but again, this is only available to Alliance. So for Horde, your next best option would be to try and farm the Quillward Harness, which is a BOE blue in Razorfen Downs, which might be a little hard to farm. You can go with the Nightscape Tunic, which will be so much cheaper than the Quillward Harness. This is going to give you 15 agility, 6 stamina, and then even the Twilight Slayer's Tunic from BFD, the raid currently right now, will be a good choice going into this next raid. As for our bracers, clearly the Forest Stalker's bracers, which are your exalted bracers with your Warsong reputation, there is going to be nothing that comes close to these bracers when it comes to this slot. This is 14 agility, 8 strength, 6 stamina. These are enormous. If you don't have those yet, you could try and pick up some Hawkeye bracers on the auction house for 4 strength and 6 agility. But I do suggest farming out that exalted reputation with Warsong because these bracers are going to be massive. These most likely will be BIS going through the entire next phase as well. Moving on down to our weapons, for our main hand, we're going to want our Warsong Revered Reputation sword in our main hand. This is going to be the Legionnaire sword or the Protector sword if you're Alliance. This is going to be a 2.7 speed sword that gives you 8 strength, 3 stamina. Very good for your main hand. And then for your offhand, you do have some choices, right? The best in slot offhand would be the Life Force Dirk, which you obtain by completing the God Hakar quest, which is a Sunken Temple quest, so most people will struggle with this, but I'm sure it's going to be possible. possible, and there are going to be people that obtain it. But some other good options are going to be the Vanquisher's Sword if you are Horde. You have access to the Vanquisher's Sword, which is a Razor Fen Downs quest, or the Sword of Omen from the Scarlet Monastery quest if you're Horde as well. This is another nice offhand that's going to give you 9 strength, 4 stamina, 3 agility. And for Alliance, what you guys are going to want to do is farm out this Life Force Dirk. It's going to be really strong. If you're struggling to farm out that Life Force Dirk, what you can try to do is farm the Nordic Longshank, which drops in Uldaman off Baylog. It has a 10% chance to drop, and that's going to give you 8 agility, 5 stamina with that nice 2.20 speed for your offhand. As for our gloves, we have the Void Touch leather gloves. If you are a leather worker, are going to be some really strong pre-raid gloves going into this next phase as well. However, the best gloves that you'll have access to are the gloves of Holy Might, which are a BOE epic world drop, so they're going to be really expensive. However, they're extremely strong. 1% chance to crit, 20 attack power, and an additional 30 attack power when fighting undead. But you can also opt to farm the Arachnid gloves of the Tiger from Tutankash in Razor Fen Downs. These gloves drop and have a chance to be of the Tiger. So it may take a long time to farm these, but if you can get your hands on them, they will be amazing. The gloves themselves have a 30% chance to drop, but then you need to just hope and pray that the random enchantment on them is going to be of the Tiger. So these may prove to be pretty hard to farm. However, it's going to be doable. But until then, just keep rocking your Void Touch leather gloves. Most of you are leather workers, so I don't think this will be an issue. But if you aren't, you can also just pick up any level 40 of the Tiger gloves. These will give you 9 agility and 9 strength and will be a really strong contender for this slot. As for our belt, we have the Defiler's leather girdle. This is going to be your best in slot for Horde and Alliance. It's going to be your Arathi Basin Honored Reputation belt. This is going to give you 4 stamina and 30 attack power. And until you can get honored with Arathi Basin, I would suggest picking up a level 39 or higher of the Tiger belt to give you 9 agility, 9 strength. For your pants slot, we want to go with anything of power to give you a straight 38 attack power. This is going to be huge for this slot, and actually we're going to be doing the same thing for our boot slot. We want to go with of power, so any level 40 of power pants or boots are going to do the trick here and are going to give you a massive attack power spike. As for our rings here, we have Mason's Fraternity Ring, which is a massive ring that gives you 13 agility and 5 stamina. This ring is obtained by completing the Zul'Farrak quest. It is accessible to both Horde and Alliance, so that's good, but you're going to need to be able to run Zul'Farrak. I'm sure people are going to be doing this, so make sure you get your hands on this ring. It's absolutely massive. For our other ring slot, it's going to be our War Song Reputation Honored Ring. The Legionnaire's Band, or the Alliance counterpart, is going to be huge. 8 strength, 8 agility, 5 stamina on this ring. So these are going to be your best 2 rings going into the next raid. As for our trinkets, the Avenger's Void Pearl is still going to be our pre-raid best in slot going into this next raid. This trinket gives you 18 attack power and 10 shadow resist. You have to win the Pearl after slaying Akamai in BFD, and then hand that in Darnassus and select this trinket. As for our other trinket slot, there's no other trinkets currently in the game that are going to boost your DPS, so I just put a carrot on a stick, or you could use a Rune of Duty from your Warsong Reputation as well. And then for our range slot, we have the Silencer, which is a BOE world drop gun that gives you 14 attack power. Another one here that would be really good is a BOE bow called the Monolithic Bow. That's going to give you 6 strength, 3 agility. But if you can't get your hands on these and they're too expensive, just pick up any ranged weapon of the Tiger to give you 4 agility and 4 strength. So like I said before, guys, we have no information on phase 2 currently, and if any of these items do change, if there's new craftable items coming into the game or what have you, I will pin some comments down below and make those changes. So if this video did help you out at all, hit that like button. It really does help me out, and subscribe to the channel. Turn on post notifications so you don't miss the next time I post a video, and drop some comments down below. Let me know if I missed anything. Let me know what you guys think about these videos. And if you have nothing to say at all, drop an emoji. It helps me out with the algorithm. If you guys would like to hang out with me live, I do stream on Twitch at twitch.tv/hammerdance. I'll drop a link to that in the description below this video. And if you want to join an awesome Discord community full of like-minded people who all enjoy geeking out over Classic WoW and Season of Discovery, we will welcome you with open arms. Link to the Discord in the description as well. But anyways, guys, thank you all so much for watching and listening in. I'll see you all in the next one.